Good morning. Good morning. Okay. It's April 2nd. Thursday, April 2nd. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to Glitter Goddess Yoga. Today is another support flow. So grab some pillows, some extra blankets, maybe like 2 to 3 pillows, 2 to 3 blankets might be nice, some sofa cushions from the couch, totally work. So I'll give us maybe a few minutes just to go grab that. Feel free to pause the video and then go grab um, what you need. Oh, right. So hopefully by now you have. Yes, Hannah. So today's a support flow, which means we're going to do some super chill, super relaxing yoga postures. We're probably going to do like 5 to 6 main yoga poses today. And they're all going to be on the floor, and they're all going to be designed to relieve stress and anxiety, and generally to just reset the nervous system this morning, giving us some time to rest and digest, and just doing the most restorative possible postures for us with the most possible support. So if you don't already, pause this video and grab pillows, 2 to 3 pillows, and maybe 2 to 3 blankets to have. That doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can grab something from the sofa or from your bed. I'm using some yoga bolsters here. And yeah, we'll kick off with a warm up just to get our body moving a little bit, and then we'll move into some restorative support postures. So let's find our breath here, finding length in the top back of the spine. And the first thing I'll offer is to place pillows underneath the knees. Even if you don't feel like you need them, whatever that means, having some support can feel really nice, and it will relieve some tension from your hips for your knees to just be able to relax heavy. So lengthening the spine, rolling the shoulders open. Even if you're laying on the couch or laying in bed, you can still breathe with us, breathing in and out. Slowing the breath down. Lengthening the spine with each inhale. Exhaling to roll the shoulders open, let the shoulders feel heavy, chest wide, shoulder blades spreading wide behind the back. Inhale, inflate, expand slowly with control. Exhale, loosen, deflate. And I'll invite us to do one of my favorite anxiety relief breaths. We'll breathe in for 4, squeeze the shoulders up, and then we'll hold the breath here with the shoulders squeezed for 4 counts, and then we'll exhale, shoulders down for 4 counts. Okay, so breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4, breathe in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, exhale down. 2, 3, 4, breathing in, up. 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, and down. 2, 3, 4, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, exhale down. 2, 3, 4, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4. One more time, up. 2, 3, 4, hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's roll the shoulders open the chest, open the throat. Fingertips to shoulders, drawing big circles with the elbows. And full circumduction, leading with the pinky. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, release. All right. Let's plant the left hand on the floor, and then our right arm can come up and over. Remembering that in a warm-up, we want to wake up our spine, especially in the morning, whether we do that through sun salutations or a restorative seated warm-up like this. This is our lateral flexion, moving our spine from side to side. Press the right knee into that pillow, press the right hip down. Reaching up and over to the other side. Right hand down, left arm stretch, reach. Left knee presses down, left hip presses into the floor. Tilting the chest up. And pressing it back to center. Let's give the spine a gentle twist, bringing the left hand across the body to the right knee, right fingertips behind us. Inhale, lengthen, expand. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Reaching the arms up and over to the other side. Twisting the torso. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Chin turns to the left. Inhale, lengthen, expand. Exhale, deepen, twist. Coming back to center. Let's clench the fists and roll the wrists. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders up. Exhale, relax. Let's flip the wrists, fingers pointing down, pressing the palms down, fingers pointing towards us. And just opening up, releasing some tension here in the wrists and forearms. We can also give some topical heat for some deep fascia release here in the forearms. To the other side. Clench the fist, roll the wrist in the other direction. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Let's reach the left fingertips away from us, engaging this left shoulder, flexing the left wrist if we want. Right arm comes up and over, and the head tilts to the right. Keep engaging this left shoulder by reaching the left arm away. Finding length in the left middle finger. Turning towards the right armpit, grabbing the top back of the head. Maybe surging this left shoulder back into the back space. Gently release, switching sides. Flexing this right wrist, finding length in the right middle finger. Engage that right shoulder by reaching the right wrist away. Left elbow falls heavy. Breathing deeply, just keep this right shoulder engaged here. Maybe flexing the right wrist a bit more. And turning towards the left armpit, grabbing the top back of the head. Stretching the right shoulder back. And gently release. Roll the neck. Turning left to right. Looking up and down. And then let's do our outer shoulders as well. So giving ourselves a hug, stacking right elbow on top of left. And we can stay right here, opening up the outer shoulders. We can hook this bottom arm underneath, and or we can try to grab onto opposite palms. Inhaling to lift the elbows up. Exhale, press the hands away from the forehead. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Gently release. Switching sides, stacking left on top of right. We can hug, we can hook, or we can bind. Inhaling to lift. Exhaling, press open. Everyone can relax the shoulders down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, open. Gently release. Open wide. Inhale, squeeze. Exhale, release. Okay, so let's grab our pillows now. And first, I want to invite us to take a nice restorative child's pose. So we'll play a little bit with how to get into this. Coming to all fours. First thing I'll say is let's put some cushion underneath the knees. So having some cushion under the knees is great. If it's there, we might as well take the comfort. Your knees can be open, mat width apart, big toes touching. If your hips don't come all the way down to your heels right here, we can stuff a cushion underneath our hips, which can feel really, really nice. Or you can stuff multiple cushions so that our hips are truly able to rest. And then, so we can use a pillow or a cushion in front of us as well to rest like this. And if we want even more of an incline, we can even put another cushion or a yoga block or something just to elevate. And we're just gonna rest right here. So this is to open up our hips, to lengthen our spine. My hips are resting on some cushion behind me. My whole body's resting on this pillow in front of me. I have a slight incline. So find something that works for you with the pillows and blankets that you have. And we'll just breathe here for a moment. Our goal here in these restorative postures and in this support flow is to use support to send our nervous system a message that we're safe and supported. To practice using support, which can be really tough. To notice how support can actually help us release more tension, can help us go deeper into our flexibility or mobility. So in restorative spaces like this, and the support flow, I'm actually trying to minimize the work, trying to do as little work as possible to just let our body unwind. So if you notice there are any parts of your body that are doing work, we can identify those parts of our body and see how we can use pillows or blankets or props to bring the earth closer to that part of our body so that it doesn't have to work anymore. See if you can let every part of your body just feel heavy and release. Hands when you're ready, gently pressing up. Feel free to pause the video and stay here for as long as you like. Okay, and we're actually gonna create an incline here if you haven't already. So I have one part of my cushion on the floor and one part of my cushion on an incline with another cushion underneath. You can use a can of soup, you can use a yoga block to create that incline, whatever works. And so I'm sitting here with my lower back pressing against the cushion. I'm going to turn to the left. I'm going to adjust my knees so that my right knee is underneath my left foot. So I have like my left leg right here and then my right leg here. And we can kind of sit that right hip down. And then we're twisting to our left to twist and rest on this inclined bolster. Now, there's a few things we can do. I can rest right here, resting my left ear down. If I'm looking for something a little bit more intense, I can also turn to my left so I can finish this twist in the cervical spine, and I can rest my right ear down. Do what feels good for you this morning. Letting the spine feel heavy, letting the hips feel heavy. Gently pushing up out of this twist. We're going to adjust the feet to plant the feet, and we're going to turn to the right. So letting both knees fall to the right. Now my right leg is bent, my right foot is resting on top of my left thigh. I'm turning to the right, and I can just rest my right ear here on my bolster. And if I'm looking for something a little bit more intense, eventually I can also rest my left ear on the bolster. For a deep twist. I'm working to rest the full spine heavy. Working to release the hips, working to release the left shoulder. The invitation here is just to be heavy, just to release, take advantage of the support. Allow our body to feel supported. Gently release, pressing up, rolling out of that deep twist. And let's come to a seat right in front of our incline bolster. And while we're here, let's just take a moment to lay back. Maybe pressing the bottoms of the feet into each other, open the knees, open the hips. For a reclined butterfly. Again, we can put something under the knees for support. I'm just going to stay like this for now. Just a brief moment here. Working to release the hips heavy, letting the whole spine rest on the incline of this cushion or pillow. Gently release, drawing the knees back together, pressing up. Okay, so I said we were gonna stay on the floor, but I'd love to do a forward fold just to open up the hamstrings. So bring yourself to standing carefully, slowly, and still finding some support, finding some pillows to place here in front of the feet. Even if you can touch the floor, let's use support today. So finding the feet to be parallel, knees slightly bent, hinging at the hips, folding forward. And let's plant the hands in a cushion or a stack of cushions so that we can really lean forward, almost as if we're going to move into a handstand, which we're not going to do right now. But pressing all the edges of the feet down, pressing the outer edges of the feet into the floor, the inner edges of the feet into the floor, keeping the knees slightly bent, let the head feel heavy here, and just rest the hands and leaning forward so that we feel some pressure being taken off of the back of the legs. Feel free to bend the knees even more, rounding the spine. Inhaling to bend the knees together. Exhaling to straighten. Keep pressing those palms into our support in front of us. Inhale to bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let your head feel as heavy as you can, resting the hands into your support stack. Bend the knees and slowly roll up. Rolling the shoulders open. All right, let's have another seat. And this time, let's open the legs for a nice straddle. Doesn't matter how wide you open. Let's alternate flex and point. Lifting the knee when we flex to open up our hip flexors. Notice how my knees aren't, or my heels aren't sliding. I'm flexing, I'm lifting the knee. That means I'm lifting into my hip socket. And when I point my toe, I'm pressing that knee down. So This is just opening up the backs of our legs, inviting some strength-based hip mobility. Okay, so let's create another incline for ourselves. The incline can be like so, but we could also have the incline facing us. So depending on where we are, if we don't feel like we can fold forward very much while keeping our spine flat, then I would have the incline facing us. And if we do feel like our pelvis can tilt forward a little bit, then we can go ahead and make the incline like so. So the important piece for now is that we lengthen the spine, and we feel our pelvis tilting forward. It's not so much about bringing the hands down. It's not so much about bringing the head down and rounding the spine. We want to invite some openness in the hips here. So reaching the chest forward, keep lengthening the spine with every inhale. Reach the head away from the hips. Reach the top back head away from the hips. And we'll rest on our incline. Make adjustments as necessary. Add another rolled up blanket if you want a little bit more height. Our goal is to feel heavy. Our goal is to let our weight just sink into the floor or sink into our prop. Now, for safety, keep flexing. Keep the legs engaged. So keep the ankles flexed. See how my feet are flexed over here? I'm still pressing my knee down. I'm pressing my hamstring down. I'm using the strength of my hips and the strength of my legs to press down while I just rest my head and my upper body, my torso heavy. Focusing on just releasing, letting the pelvis tilt forward. Letting the pelvis feel heavy. Keep pressing the legs down. Maybe we can lower the incline a bit to sink deeper. Feel free to adjust your elevation however you want. Just working to let our body feel heavy, let our torso and spine feel heavy. Let the chest feel heavy, the hips feel heavy. Breathing deeply, feeling those tense parts of our body inflate and expand on the inhale. Exhaling to feel those tense parts of our body release into the floor. Gently pressing up wherever you are. Okay. So let's readjust. Grabbing our props. We're gonna lay this cushion or pillow or bolster flat. And I'm gonna scoot so that my lower back is right up against this cushion. I'm gonna take a sip of water. Or a few sips of water. Okay. So, rolling the spine back onto this cushion. We want the hips to stay resting on the floor. In this reclined fish, our knees can flap open. If they do, let's put some cushions underneath so that our hips can really melt heavy. So I'm in a reclined fish. I have this arch in my lower back especially. My middle back is resting heavy on this cushion. My head's resting heavy on this cushion. My hips are heavy on the floor. Make any adjustments you need to make this happen. My knees are supported. They're able to just rest. This allows my hips to just relax. And then I'll even take a cushion and just put it right here on my front just to have some really gentle weight. Shoulders feeling heavy. If this doesn't feel great on your hips, you can add more incline. Or we can just stretch the legs long. There's lots of things we can do here. We can stretch the legs long. We can elevate the legs using a pillow or a bolster or a cushion. We can just elevate the knees like this to really let the hips feel heavy. Get experimental. Identifying those tense, tight, sore parts of our body. Inhaling to bring our breath to those parts of our body. Inhaling to let those parts of our body expand, inflate. Exhaling to feel those parts of our body release. Heavy, to sink into the floor, to melt into the floor. Another deep breath or two. Exhaling to release tension, to release our body into the floor, into the earth. Gently rolling up. Okay. And where's my? Let me do a time check. Cool. Let's roll down. Sorry, it took me a sec. I wanted to think about what I wanted to do. And then we'll slide this cushion to be underneath our hips. So it's going to require us to take a little bridge pose moment to lift the hips up, pull the cushion underneath or a pillow. And this is elevating the hips in a different way. So we're lengthening the spine in a different way. And we can also open up the hip flexors for a psoas release. So we can stay right here with our hips elevated. We can lower one leg at a time and then switch. We can try lengthening both legs long for some really deep opening here in the hips. So see what feels right for you. We want to feel this opening of the hip flexors, almost like a back bend, except we're not doing that work. We're just releasing and letting go of tension here. So making sure the shoulders are heavy in the floor, not just the head. We don't want our head or our neck to be bearing any weight. So shoulders heavy, spine heavy, hips heavy. If you want to massage your hip flexors or your psoas with your fingers, that can feel really nice. Few more breaths here with the psoas heavy. All right, and let's prepare for Shavasana. So some things we can do in Shavasana. We can leave ourselves here on the floor. We can rest. We do want the hips to be resting on the floor. We can incline or elevate the knees like so. We can also create a stack of cushions or bring a chair to incline a little bit more, just so that the hips are even heavier in the floor. We can also set up an incline for ourselves, just like we did earlier. Now we can leave the back flat on the floor, but if you want, we can also set up an incline right here. So both of these are great. Again, if you want to let your spine just lay flat on the floor, that's an option. You don't have to elevate your legs if you want to let them just flop heavy, but some support can be nice. So I put two bolsters underneath my knees. Covering yourself up with a blanket can feel great. If you are laying flat on your back, some other things that we can do, or we can stuff a blanket underneath our middle back. We can roll up a blanket and rest it under our neck. Trying something, I'm demoing just something a little bit different compared to Shavasana last week in our support flow. I'll leave that so we can see it. And then if you have another cushion, adding some gentle weight onto the pelvis can feel really, really nice. So I'm putting just my last cushion right here. In fact, I'm just going to lightly roll this up and place it under my neck There we go. Just a little bit more support. So just trying to fill in the space anywhere we notice like our muscles working, even if it's just a tiny bit of strain, or just like a tiny bit of work. Like my muscles are working to hold itself up here. Let's bring some cushion there, some support there, because that'll actually deepen our tension release. It'll deepen our flexibility. It'll deepen our mobility. It'll truly allow us to bring more awareness to those muscles when we bring support in. Um, so, in many ways, we're socialized to think that having support is a sign of weakness. And I hope that asana and yoga can be a space where our body teaches us that actually support enhances our experience. It's healthy. It helps us release more tension than we could without support. And it also can help us bring awareness to certain parts of our body and bring awareness in general so that we're able to exercise strength in a more effective way. So, support is great. It's key, it's helpful, um, it is an asset, it enhances our experience. It's not just filling in gaps. It's not just a sign of weakness. Um, it is truly something that we can practice even when we're feeling strong. So show up however you're showing up. Use whatever props you want. Stuff some pillows in weird places. And we're going to take this nice extended Shavasana for a good 7 minutes here. If you have some relaxing music, I hope you're playing it, making any tiny adjustments you need to feel comfortable and supported. Letting the ankles feel heavy. Let the calves feel heavy. Releasing the knees heavy. Release the hips heavy. Feeling every vertebra of the spine melting into the floor or the pillow. Relax the shoulders, relax the elbows, relaxing all the knuckles and fingers. Relax the jaw, the cheekbones. Release the eyelids, the eyebrows, the forehead. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, bringing our attention back to our bodies on this floor, in our house, with each other virtually. Let's take some sighs of relief here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Breathing in. Let it all out, y'all. Feel free to pause this video and stay here as long as you like. We gave ourselves a good 8 to 10 minutes here, so it really gave our nervous system a time to reset, gave our body some space to rest and digest. Our parasympathetic nervous system can kick in, so we're not always in this fight or flight or freeze crisis mode. Rolling over to your right side, curl up in a ball in the fetal position. Take your time here. And pressing up when you're ready. No rush at all. Lengthening the spine, leave the hands where they are. Bring the hands to heart center or resting the hands over the heartbeats. A breath for the ancestors we bring into our space and for the indigenous people who were here before colonization. Breathing in and out. A breath to thank yourself for your practice today. Breathing in and out. A breath to appreciate others for their support. Breathing in and out. And a breath for the intentions and well-being of everyone in this community we're building together. Breathing in and out. The loving human in me bows down to the loving human in you. Namaste. Hope you feel nice. I feel great. I think it's just so powerful to invite as much support as possible into our practice. It's truly a gift to practice with our community for Glitter Goddess Yoga every morning. I hope you've also enjoyed practicing with Aunt and Trent here in the Esek Hopkins Homestead. And thanks to all of you who have shared widely our practice and invited other folks to join in. We've had some families send photos. Please send photos or videos of yourself practicing at home just so that we can see you, because it's so weird that I can't see you. And also spread the word that we are still raising money. You know, the needs are just going to continue to emerge and continue to grow. So we are still raising funds. Folks are still reaching out to us, particularly to support queer, trans, and PoC families in need. So please donate on Venmo or Cashapp. My Venmo is Matthew R. Garza, and my Cashapp is Garza Smash. All the funds are going directly to queer, trans, PoC families in need. Please keep taking care of your body and encourage folks to hop on with us so that we can breathe and practice strength and healing together. Thank you so much. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. I think tomorrow we have a strength flow where we will not use our hands. So if you have a wrist injury, this is a great thing for you because we're not going to use our wrists at all. And if you're looking to just explore strength and bring more awareness to your body's strength, I hope to see you tomorrow morning. Okay, take care.